Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my November favorites, or like current favorites, because it's a little late for November, but I have so many new things that I really wanted to talk to you about, especially things that I got from like the VIB sale. And since I didn't do a haul, I wanted to at least show you like what I really liked out of the things that I got. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to show you the things that I have been loving in the last month or so. And it might be a little bit long because there is a lot. So I hope you guys stick around and keep watching to see everything that I love. So I want to start with the foundations that I've been loving. These are both ones that I got in the VIB sale. They're ones that I had wanted for a while, and I just like didn't want to pay full price for them because foundations can be expensive, so I waited and bought them on sale. The first ones are the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I got two different shades because I started with 3 and it was a little too light, and 4 is a little too dark, so I mixed them, and that's what I did today, and it kind of makes like my perfect shade. And then in the summer I can use 4, and in the winter I can use 3 if I get like really pale. The things that I love about this foundation are, one, it is very full coverage. I also love that it's very mattifying and lasts a really long time on me despite my oils. So it's kind of allowed me to use more dewy products and things that I wouldn't be able to use before because I don't have to worry about being oily. Do you know what I mean? So like, because these control my oils so well, I can almost act like I don't have oily skin and use products that like would usually only work for dry skin. So I've really been enjoying that. This foundation has kind of allowed me to branch out some. The other foundation that I got in the VIB sale, and this is one that I've been wanting for so long. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I have the shade Light Sand. It's just a liquid foundation, and what I love about this is it's so lightweight. It definitely has coverage. It's pretty high coverage, but it just feels like literally nothing on your skin. It doesn't really look like anything on your skin. It almost reminds me of like a more liquidy form of the Cover FX drops. Like I feel like I could probably add this to foundations or products similarly to that product and kind of like adjust my shade. So I've really been loving this. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels, and this is like my perfect shade. Another product that has really helped me to not have oily skin is the Cover FX Custom Blot Drops. These things are great. I have used these under this foundation, under other foundations, and it really does keep me oil free. Usually I'm like a grease ball by the end of the day, and like you can touch my face and like wipe off the makeup. You know what I mean? Like when you're so oily that you feel like the oils and the makeup have just mixed and like you can't even touch your face. So these drops have really helped to control my oil. You can wear it under any foundation, and you can bring it with you and use it as like a blotting product throughout the day. If you have oily skin, I highly recommend this because it's one product that does so many things. And then the other primer that, again, I got all of these so far in the VIB sale. I spent a lot of money in the VIB sale, like more than I had to spend. This is the IT Cosmetics Buyback Porous Primer. I'm pretty sure this is part of the line that's only at Sephora that they recently came out with. A lot of people talked about it, like Luster Lux talks about it, and I love her. It just smooths out your skin, and it almost feels like a lotion, and you just kind of put it all over, and it takes out all of the texture and unevenness of your skin and just kind of makes it look super smooth and flawless, and I really like that. It's also oil free, it fills in your pores, but it doesn't feel heavy like some of the pore filling primers that are out there. Like I love Professional, but it's a little bit heavier and thicker, and this is a little bit lighter. So like when I'm wearing a heavier foundation like the All Nighter, I can wear this even though it's not mattifying, but it smooths out my skin really well. I have fallen back in love this month with the Coty Airspun Setting Powder. I'm kind of like running out of my Laura Mercier, and like this is a $20 sample size of the Laura Mercier. This is like $5, and they're so similar in what they do that like I don't think it's worth buying the Laura Mercier, to be honest. Two things that I love about this. One is it's a little bit tinted, so it doesn't give you like a white cast under your eyes. And the other thing is you get so much, like with the Laura Mercier one, I'm really stingy when I use it. I don't want to bake with it. I don't want to use a lot. But this one, because you get so much for so little, I can like really go to town with the powder, and I don't have to worry about like running out. and it's pretty mattifying. So like you can use it as baking, you can use it to like all over set your face, and it's pretty nice. Okay, I don't know if I've talked about this before on my channel, but I've had this since I was in like high school. Like this is something that I literally brought from home with me probably when I was going to college, even though I didn't do my brows then. I don't know why I have this. I don't know how I bought this. I'm sure it was like $50 even back then. This is how I've been doing my eyebrows for the last good bit, and this is Anastasia Beauty Express for brows and eyes, and it has a wax, 2 shades of brow powder, and then 2 shades of like brow highlight. I guess you could use them for eyeshadow, but that's really what I would use it for. Oh, and it comes with this little brush, and it came with like some stencils. This is amazing. I kind of like never use brow powder, and every time I go back into using it, I'm like, this is so much easier than the pencil because I can just draw lines with like this flat brush. Kind of helps you draw the lines, and then you just fill it in. Like it's so quick and easy. This lighter shade is perfect for me, and it's just like made my brows look much more sharp and defined than a pencil does. I still like pencils. They're obviously a lot easier to travel with, but this is like really, really awesome. So speaking of baking my under eyes, even though I didn't just speak about it, Tati a little while ago talked about that she kicks off her bake with this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. And so I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. And it's so good. You know how sometimes when you bake your under eyes and then you brush it off, it either like takes off the powder completely or like leaves your under eyes looking really cakey? This powder has just enough like glow to it that when you dust off your under eye, it leaves them livelier and leaves them with a little bit more brightness than usual. And then I use this to dust off everything all over my face and kind of like set it, and it just gives my skin a little bit more life than it would have because I use all these mattifying primers. This kind of adds, or mattifying products, this kind of adds a little bit more something back into my face. The bronzer that I have been using this month and that I may never put down again is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion bronzer. I think it's funny because like there was a point when like everybody raved about this and nobody talks about it anymore, and I think that's so crazy. Like we get so many products, new things are constantly coming out that like we forget about products that like we once loved. So there was a time when everybody talked about this, and I think over the summer I just really wanted a new bronzer. I was kind of feeling bored with the ones that I had, so I decided to get this. It's a pretty neutral bronzer. It's not too warm or too cool, but it's just like mistake proof. Like you can't put on too much of it. It's so easy to blend out. It doesn't ever get patchy. It doesn't ever look harsh. This is a little bit light for me when I'm tanner, but like you can build it up to be a little bit more, and it gives your skin a little bit of life because it does have like a small hint of shimmer, but it doesn't really show up. It just makes your skin look alive, and it's like a perfect color, so you can't go wrong. If you're looking for a bronzer, especially in the winter, something that will bronze your face up without being too orange and without making your face look powdery, I really recommend this. That I didn't get in the VIB sale. This is something else that I got in the VIB Rouge sale. This is the Becca Champagne Splits. I didn't get this when they first came out, but I wanted it so badly, I just like couldn't spend my money on it. I thought for sure they were all going to be sold out and gone, but they're not, and I have been wanting this for so long. This is the Prosecco Pop Amaretto Split. So you have the Amaretto blush and the Prosecco Pop highlight. This blush is like my ideal blush shade. It's a little bit pink, but it's a fairly neutral color, and it just like gives my cheeks that little bit of color that I want, but it's not ever too much. And then, I mean, this highlight is incredible, and I think when I'm like tanner in the summer, that's gonna look so good. You can use it as an eyeshadow, you can use it as an inner corner highlight, and the formulas on both of these are like to die for. Like Becca has some of the best highlighters and blushes. For concealer this month, I've been using a combination of 2. So I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel, but the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is like out of this world. And I know everybody says it, but it's so true. I don't know how Tarte did it, but they made the perfect formula. It's so full coverage without being cakey. It doesn't crease under your eyes. I literally put a dot here and then easily blend it out to cover this entire area. It's a beautiful formula, but the color that I have is light medium and it's a little too dark for me right now. So I've just been mixing in this Born This Way concealer, and then I use this to highlight the rest of my face because I don't need full coverage everywhere else. And this concealer is super lightweight. It's enough coverage. It's not total coverage, but it's enough that like you can kind of use it everywhere, and it just brightens everything up. It is not cakey because it's so lightweight, and this combination is awesome. Like you use this for the coverage and the under eye area, and then this like kind of in the highlight areas, and they're so good together. Something else I've been loving for the face this month is this Temp2 shimmer bronzer. This is like for airbrushing, like the Temp2 airbrush kit, but I got this in a BoxyCharm and I've just been using it as a cream bronzer, and it's like the perfect shade. It's a little bit warm but not crazy warm. It says shimmer, but like I don't see any shimmer in it. If anything, it's got as much shimmer in it as that Makeup Forever bronzer, where it just kind of gives your skin like some life. But this I have found is the perfect shade for me for warming up or darkening foundations that are too light for me. It's just so good. It's just the perfect shade. It's the perfect amount of warmth. So if you got this in your BoxyCharm and you're like, I don't know, try it out. Especially like to mix in with foundations, because I know everybody sells like lightening foundations, like those white foundations, and I have one, but nobody sells like darkening ones, or I've never heard anything good about them, and that really works. Plus it adds like a little bit of interest to it. Oh god, I need a haircut so bad. Okay, so the first eye product that I discovered this month is this Shiseido eyelash curler. I had never really used an eyelash curler before because the one I had didn't fit my eye properly, and so I always like pinched myself, or I didn't get enough of my lashes. So I never really like understood what it did. And then I got this one at Nordstrom Rack. This really makes a big difference. I have fairly long lashes, but they kind of stick straight out. So this kind of helped, it curls them, and it does a really good job, and it fits my eyes really, really well. So if you have had a problem with eyelash curlers not fitting your eyes, try the Shiseido one. It makes a big difference, and that's coming from a non-believer. The last favorite for my eyes is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. I bought this in the VIB sale, and I don't know what took me so long. Like, I know that I love Too Faced Shadow, like the formula. Everybody raves about this palette. It's so many people's favorite palettes, but I think what held me up was not knowing whether I should get the chocolate bar or the semi-sweet chocolate bar. I think that's what it's called. And I finally decided on this one just because, honestly, my main reason was that I think I'll use this purple shade more than I would use the blue shade in the other one. But these are just outstanding. They give you so many colors to make anything from a neutral look to a more dramatic look. They're such high quality. They blend so well. They last so long. Mine doesn't smell a lot like chocolate though. Like my chocolate bonbons palette smells so much like chocolate. Yeah, this one doesn't, which is slightly disappointing, but I mean, in the end, the scent doesn't matter as much as the shadow quality. But I have been loving these shadows. Like for a just regular everyday look, I'll put white chocolate all over and then salted caramel in the crease and then darken it up with semi-sweet, and I'm good to go. It's just so good. Such a quality palette. For my lips, I have two favorite, well, I have a favorite and I have a miss, actually. This is like one of the first times I've done a miss in my favorites video. So my favorites are these, what are they? The Bare Minerals lipsticks, I guess. I don't know what they're called, but I'll have them linked down below. These are so good. The formula of these is very, very creamy and buttery and hydrating, but it's fairly high pigment as well. And it just feels so good on the lips. Like, I have some lipsticks where I put it on and I'm like, okay, this is nice. I can feel it. And then it wears off and it's not, you know, it's just not, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything bad, but it doesn't do anything for me. These, I put them on and I feel like I just put on a lip balm, but they have so much pigment. So I have two shades. The one that I've had forever is the shade Honey Bun, and this is like my always throw it in my bag kind of shade. It's just so creamy and beautiful. It's like my perfect nude color. You can see like I've created a lipstick shape in there, or a lip shape in there. This is just the best, like throw it on the go, always looks good shade and formula. And then recently I bought the shade Sex Pot, which is a little bit lighter. It's more of like a peachy nude, I would say. And this is, again, a perfect nude. Goes with everything. So creamy and glossy and buttery and soft. I am obsessed with this lipstick formula. And if you haven't tried it, I would. That's all I gotta say. And then the mist, where did I just put that? My lip mist this month, and this makes me so sad because I wanted to like this so much. This is a Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm, and I have the scent Grapefruit and Ginger. I heard a couple people say that this is like an amazing lip balm and how good it is, and this smells incredible. Oh my god, it's perfect. It's the best scent, but it's just, I think it's the texture that I can't get over. It doesn't squeeze out of the tube well, and when it comes out, it's almost like a Vaseline consistency, but maybe even thicker, and I just don't like the way that feels on my lips. And if I have any foundation on my lips, when I put it on, it mixes with it weird, and then it doesn't wipe off well, and I feel like it just kind of sits on top of my lips without moisturizing. So I'm gonna see what happens if instead of using this like before I put on my makeup, I put it on like at night and then kind of wear it throughout the night. I'm gonna try that because I really want to find a way to use this because it smells so good. But so far, I'm just not impressed. So now moving away from makeup, we're going to move into more of like skincare and things like that. The first thing that I have is this stretchy like phone cord looking hair tie. I bought some of these at Nordstrom again when I went there for Black Friday. And then I have a student that's from Germany and she had one and I was like, oh my god, I love those. But mine are kind of like a weird consistency. These are the best thing ever. If you put your hair up a lot to do things, like I'm the kind of person, I can't do things with my hair down. I can't eat, I can't tape ankles, I can't function like with my hair down, but I like to wear it down when I'm not doing things. But I find that once I put it up, I can't really put it down because it doesn't look good. Like if I put it up for any length of time, when I go to put it down, no matter how I wear it up, it's always creased in some way or like kinked in some way. These hair ties, no lie, do not crease your hair at all. Like, not even a little bit. I had my hair straight for 4 days, and I wore it in a ponytail for an entire day on the second day, and on the third day I took it down, and I didn't have to do anything to it. It was still straight, not kinked, and looked perfect. So if you have a problem with, like, you have to wear your hair up, but then you can't take it down, that kind of, if you have the problem, you know what I mean. Try these. I don't know where she got this one, but the phone cord looking ones are a little bit like thicker. They work almost better. They kind of like keep your ponytail in place better without it sliding. They just look a little weirder when they're in there, but these are so good. And they work just like a hair tie. You just stretch them out. You can wear them on your wrist, wrap them around your hair, whatever, and you're good to go. Let's do my other mist for the month. This is the Pixi Skin Treats, I don't know, Glow Mud Cleanser. I really thought I was going to like this. I know Jackie Ina, I think, has talked about this. And it has glycolic acid, and it's a Glow Mud, and I love the Glow Tonic. So I really thought I was going to like this. It says it's a deep cleanser. It's not. I used this for, like, gotta say, like at least 2 weeks. I tried it over and over and over again, and I just would get out of the shower and I felt like my skin was not clean, and I had to go in and clean it again every single time. It literally is a mud. It doesn't foam up at all, and I just felt like it wasn't doing anything. Which for me, like when I clean I wear makeup every day. When I clean my face, I want it to be clean. Like when I have oily skin, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people who have dry skin, when they clean their face, they don't like that stripped feeling where they like got everything off and their skin has no more moisture. I love that feeling. After I clean my face, I want it to feel clean, and this just doesn't do it for me. So I think I'm gonna try using it in the morning and see if I like it better then, just as like a gentle, like, start the day fresh cleanser. But I don't usually clean my face in the morning, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying it because I paid like $20 for it, but so far not impressed. Now I have 2 more things. Let's finish up with skincare. Again, in the VIB sale, I bought the Sunday Riley like combo pack. that had the Sleeping Night Oil and the Good Genes lactic acid treatment in it. I love these. I am obsessed. I think it's totally worth it. You get such a good amount for what you pay. Like this by itself is usually $100 and I paid $80 for both, and this is a really good size. I've used these together and I've used them separately. The Sunday Riley Night Oil is so good for plumping up your skin. It hydrates it, it fills in the lines, it makes it look very youthful and healthy, and I have found that this really helps my oil because it's a retinol. The lactic acid treatment is a great exfoliant, kind of peel kind of thing. It exfoliates my skin. I find when I use this that I wake up in the morning and I don't look tired, I don't look dead. It just kind of takes off that top layer of skin and really brightens and just like makes it look healthier. So this makes you look younger and less oily, and this makes me look healthier, and together it makes my skin look just flawless. So if you've ever been thinking about trying those, I recommend buying them in that little 2-pack. You get such a good deal, and then of course the VIB sale I got 20% off again. But I think they're totally worth it and worth checking out if you have oily skin. And then the very last thing, this is not makeup or skincare or anything related, this is just my random favorite of the month. This is the Barney's Coffee Kitchen Santa's White Christmas. This is like the little cup. This is the best coffee ever. I don't know if you can get it anywhere other than Publix. That's where I get it from. But it tastes so good, and it just kind of tastes like Christmas. Like, I know that's so cheesy, and like it says it on the lid, so like maybe I'm making it up. But in my mind, it tastes like Christmas. I add in some of the Coffee Mate Hot Chocolate and Marshmallows creamer. Oh my god, it just tastes like winter. It's so good. I literally drink this every morning. This and that creamer every morning. It's so good. It wakes me up, and it tastes like hot chocolate with like some cinnamon and spices in it, and it's so good. If you live near a Publix, go try to find this. It's usually sold out, but if you can find it, grab it. Oh, I lied. I have 2 more things. I recently put in an order from White Fox to get nude tanning stuff, and I got the Loving Tan applicator mitt. This is so good. It's like really velvety, and it just feels so soft when you're putting on your tanner. It makes the whole experience a little bit more luxurious, and I find like the tanner doesn't really leak through, and like my cheaper ones, my hands kind of like push out the sides, and it doesn't do that with this. And then on Amazon, I bought this like cleaning mat. I think it's like a knockoff of the Sigma one, but I got it for like $12. I'll put the link down below, but this really does make cleaning your brushes so much easier, but it's definitely not worth spending like $40 on the Sigma one. So go check out this one on Amazon. It's awesome. You can see it's kind of dirty. I use it to clean my beauty blenders every day. It takes everything out. I recommend getting this because it's so inexpensive. Okay, so that is everything that I have been loving lately. Not really my November favorites because it's halfway through December, but that's what I am really into right now and the things that I have been loving for the last month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and giving my video a watch. If you made it this far, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the thumbs up button so I know you guys like my favorites, and stay in touch, comment, do whatever, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.